Oh, great heavens! Oh, hello everyone. How you guys doing? Actually, let me get my model. My bad. Don't worry. It's always good to have a scuff moment every now and then. Okay, there we are. Just want to make sure. Well, everyone is already have a blessed time zone where you guys at. And also, the cheese, I know you had wake up in the morning, early in the morning, but do what you have to do, my friend. Meantime, we actually can just get right into Metro Prime Trilogy, because we actually gonna finish up Metro Prime 1, because we're actually almost done 100% in the game and collecting the artifacts. I ain't sleeping yet. Your thing, my friend. I got time. How much though? I just have to wait for the shaders. About an hour or two. Okay, that makes sense. Well, actually, let me stop it real quick. So it's not going on the main window. So you map out. That makes sense. Yeah. So I'm stupid, smart that way. Nah, I wouldn't say stupid, dude. I wouldn't say that. It's probably just something else. Mm. Mm-hmm. You're right. ADD. And there's nothing wrong to have disability either, because I do have autism, just a heads up. That's what it is. Okay, Sooth, we know I'm heading to the elite course to fight the Omega Pirate. You already give me the same hint every time. Yeah, sometimes the hints, yeah, sometimes the suit gives us hints. It could be pretty annoying too, especially when you're trying to backtrack and trying to get more missile suspensions, power bomb suspensions, or anything. Like, okay, I get it, suit. I made sure I have a good amount of entertainment for a trip. Ooh, what trip? Is it like for your job or something? That's my question. Well, actually, let me go to my ice beam. Because we do have some Metroids coming out. Now that's one thing is when you reload your save file or you come back to the same room, it shows that the power outage is actually going out, which is usually supposed to be a result that's like usually the aftermath of the after defeating the Omega Pirates. But I don't know. Is it not just a trip to visit friends and watch a little bro play basketball? Oh, that's nice. Is it just like for the game at the school, or just basically just watching it, just playing basketball just somewhere? And that's one thing with Metroids. In every Metroid game, weak against cold temperatures. Okay, I already got that. Against another college team. Oh, okay. It's always nice to watch the game, even as well if it's like for high school or college. I know there's supposed to be a plasma trooper down here. Yep. There's two games Friday night and Saturday noon game. Oh, okay. And since that take care of. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, usually I don't like how the game stutters. Actually, hold up. I'm actually gonna stop it first and then switch the shaders and even as well the backend graphics. Because usually when it comes to OpenGL, actually does fix some of it than Vulkan. Because somehow when it comes with the Prime Trilogy games, it's usually has some lag and even some stutter at times.
Two hours later.
Oh, come on, Chess. Come on. 2 hours later. 3 hours later. Many months later. So much later, and then they get tired waiting, and they had to hire a new one. Is it? Oh, it's a combine of a battle cry and a bear. I thought it more like a hyena, to be honest.
Emotional damage.
Nah, not on that level yet. Unless you want me to be on that level. I wonder what's causing the game to crash. That's strange. The game was so powerful it couldn't handle. It could be, I don't know. It never happened at all. I don't know why is this acting like that just now. Don't mind the phone. Okay, there it goes. Like, wait, why is this acting like that? Well, it is rendering to the main window though.
How long is this going to take?
I mean, it's almost done, brother. Don't worry. But if you want to be impatient, you can do it somewhere else. But I still love you, dude. Okay, the rendering is fine, so I could probably just see. I could switch it, turn off the render to main window. Okay, there it goes. Not a lot, but I still got it. That would be my new quote. It says not a lot, but I still got it. I mean, you can. I know you can use the plasma beam just on the Metroids, but it won't do much compared to the ice beam. Because, like I said, Metroids are basically weak against cold temperatures. I got time, but not a lot. But I got. Oh wait, I forgot. I forgot left and right on the D-pad is visor, and then up and downs for beams. Still love plasma beam. Best weapon in the game. It can be a powerhouse. Actually, Chess, have you ever played Metroid Prime? Or just any of the Metroid games so far? Or you have not? I played the remaster on the Switch. Oh, nice. I about to say with the remaster, same score how it was with the original. And it's still good to this day after 20 years. Over 20 years. Yeah, there's the Omega Pirate. It says Omega Pirate, most powerful of the elite pirate force. Omega Pirate can become invisible to normal sight. It is vulnerable when cloaked, as all energy is drawn from. Controls are a lot nicer. Actually, I do agree about that. It's from defense systems. By exposing itself to Phazon, it can regenerate damaged tissue and organs. Consider the pinnacles of the elite pirate program. This enemy should be handled with extreme caution and maximum firepower. Yeah, so basically my guess is that the Omega Pirate is more with the elite pirate, but probably with a lot of Phazon exposure to the point it actually became so chaotic and powerful, and that's why it leads into the third level of the Phazon mines. So basically, Omega Pirate fight is really pretty much this, almost similar to the fight when you fighting against the elite pirates, but it does have the shoulder pads though. So say where, well, actually the shoulder and the knee pads, and also be careful when you're with your surroundings because there is Phazon puddles right by you, so you have to be cautious because it won't give you the hint or alert of it. And don't get too close, just like the elite pirates. Don't get too close or it's gonna swipe at you like that. Because most of the time you can actually use the plasma beam or you can use super missiles, but one thing is super missiles is actually pretty hard to get on the knees. Shooter! Shooter! I know you're talking about the beginning part of Jurassic Park. And also, since it's in the hyper mode difficulty, so basically it's hard mode. Now you can use just normal missiles on the knees, but it could be finicky too, because somehow in the original version and also with the trilogy, it's pretty hard to know if you're really hitting the knee part because, whoa, why are you swiping at me? I'm not even close to you, buddy. I was about to say with the knee parts, it's hard to know if you are hitting it in the original because it has like some weird hitbox to it. Same thing when you're trying to use the super missiles. Also, there's actually actually two cannons on the Omega Pirate compared to the one cannon on the Elite Pirate. Yeah, but somehow they kind of fixed the knee parts in the remaster. I'm not pretty sure if they did fix that. Now, there's also one trick you can do is actually using the power bombs, because the power bombs can actually hit all four of the parts, and that's happened since the GameCube version. So with the super missiles, I highly recommend to use it for the shoulders, while the plasma beam is usually better to use on the knees. See, like that, it has some weird hitbox. Since all the forward parts hits, the Omega Pirate will call reinforcements and it'll turn invisible. Now you don't have to fight them, but I recommend to use the power bombs, since power bombs is mostly like universal type of attack. Cool, I need to go to my X-ray visor, and you need to use the X-ray visor to see what 3 puddles where the Omega Pirate will land. And also you can use plasma beam or you can use the super missiles, which is also part that's actually recommended too. Pro tip, watch out for the attacks. Yeah, I know that. Crap, I don't have any power bombs. Oh well. Whoa, did that plasma trooper just zoom right on top of the other plasma trooper? Oops. Yeah, that's one thing. The Omega Pirate will actually try to regenerate, so you got to be quick. Oh, there's a plasma trooper right here. Also, one thing is too that the Omega Pirate can actually damage the pirate troopers too, like that. It's killed one of them. Even with the shockwave, it killed one of them. Man, that power trooper just hanging on. Okay. I'm trying to go to my power beam. Get off from the wall, buddy. You ain't Spider-Man. I remember how tough it was. Yeah, it can be tough, especially in the harder difficulty. What was that? Super missile? I think it's because his Omega Pirate just had his hand out trying to absorb it, but it failed. It just went straight to right back to the power trooper. That's crazy. Oh, there's 3. Ooh, almost there. Almost there. Oh no, not ads. Ah. Oh crap. Oh. Oh, ads are done. Okay. Yeah, like I said, even the higher difficulty, it can get really tough. Like, it gets tough. Because when you get more you get damaged even more, and you could die faster. Well, I wouldn't say die faster, but you actually take more damage, and bosses take more health to deal with. If I remember in Prime Trilogy, it's this normal, veteran, and hyper mode. Because normal mode is basically your easy mode, then veteran is basically the standard difficulty for Prime 1 on the GameCube, and then there's hyper mode difficulty, basically just being hard mode. I blinked. Did you beat it? No, I died. That's alright though. Yeah, because like I said, hyper mode difficulty is just hard because you take more damage, and you actually, and the bosses take. Actually, it takes a while to beat because they do take punishment. But I think like going for a pattern. So So first time around, I'm just gonna do normally, and then second time around, when you get all this shoulder part, or just basically phase on it, panels, I'm basically just gonna use power bombs. Like I said, just keep your distance when you find the Omega Pirate. Yeah, also Omega Pirate is actually the first space pirate that actually can talk. Like literally can talk. Oh, I always find weird that the power bomb trick still carries on since the NTSC version of the GameCube version. Because the NTSC version of Metroid Prime on the GameCube basically has bugs and glitches, but it's been patched out in the PAL version, and usually the PAL version is most likely to carry on to the trilogy in later games, I think. Ooh, almost dead. Hopefully, if I get this last, I don't know if this is basically one more shot, but we shall see. Got it! There goes the Omega Pirate. It's like, man, that's not cool, man. Man, I'm dead. That's one thing is that it's changed in the PAL between the NTSC version and the PAL version. When Samus get the phase on suit, she just completely fine. It's like, huh. But somehow in the original NTSC GameCube version, Samus would actually be screaming in agony, and then also after that she would do a gun pose. Also, hey Abraham, how you doing, dude? Welcome to the stream. Just beat the Omega Pirate on the second round. Well, actually, I can show you the NTSC version that was on the GameCube, because that one is actually different. Man, I'd say that version is actually better, or that animation is better with Samus actually getting the phase on suits. It's like compared that they changed in the PAL version and onwards. Actually, hold up, BRB real quick, you guys. I'm doing good to spend time at my other grandparents' house. Oh, also BRB real quick, you guys. Okay, guys, now I'm back. Sorry it took a while to restart my stream, because it does also have an update too for my computer, and so I actually had to, especially the reason as well to have to restart it, because my mouse and my keyboard just somehow just stopped working for some reason, which I didn't understand why. And don't worry, we already defeat the Omega Pirate too, but I'll edit this too and even upload to my stream archive to get the whole thing, and even cut the parts out for the long breaks. But in the meantime, I actually can show you guys. That's the face on suit. That's from the NTSC version on the GameCube. Actually, I'm gonna let people know. Actually, let me go to the browser. Yeah, because like in the original GameCube version, or the NTSC version, is Samus was screaming in agony, and then she started doing the gun pose. But somehow in the PAL version of the GameCube, the PAL GameCube version, especially that carries on to the Prime trilogy, including the remaster, they removed the original, which I don't get that though. I actually love the GameCube version better, to be honest. And like I said, since we already got the Phazon suit that's from the Omega Pirate, so we're actually immune to blue Phazon. Now I said blue Phazon because one, when we hit the impact crater, it's going to have red Phazon, and also has the Phazon beam. And now we cannot use the Phazon beam, sadly. That's only in the final boss. Spoiler warning. Come out here, putty. In addition, after defeating the Omega Pirate, we're going to be introduced to a new type of Metroids, the Fission Metroids. And here we actually muted to the Phazon. And also, we do need to backtrack to get the artifact. That's what we need to do. Oh, you scared me, buddy. Yep, Fission Metroids. And I'm not a fan of Fission Metroids, to be honest. It's the fission Metroids. Metroids with the ability to split into two forms. The fission Metroid is a mutant capable of splitting in two. This split endows the new creatures with invulnerability to most weaponry. This effect is unstable, resulting in weaknesses. And to a type of weapon fire, the vulnerability appears to be random due to the chaotic nature of phazon mutation. Yeah, that's one thing is with the fission Metroids, is actually due to the phazon, phazon mutation for the Metroids. So basically they can split in two. And using one thing, when you're just attacking the fission Metroids, when they split in two, it actually has specific colors that has matched with the beam. So it's one thing with fission Metroids, recommended to use power bombs against it, because that's the easy way to kill. Oh yeah, one thing, when the lights actually cause a reflection on Samus' visor, you can actually see her face and that she's blinking. That's actually a really good detail that Retro Studios did. X-ray. Look, I'm not a fan of fission Metroids. Not at all, buddy. The Metroid screech intensified. We go down here and we go to that other, get that little path right there. Now we couldn't get in there earlier because we need the phazon suit, because there was so much phazon. Because even try when without the phazon suit, you're basically gonna be dead right off the bat. Because somehow with phazon draining your health, drains it super quick. But somehow they nerfed that in Prime 2. That did do slowly. It also chose the artifact. So we need 2 more. Oh, he's really trying to chase me down. Ow. But at least with Fission Metroids, it's only just split into 2. I can imagine if we just keep multiplying, it's just gonna be taking forever. gonna take care of the post bomb first. It's funny because Metros can die when you go through the door. Okay, go right here. Yeah, that's one thing. After the Omega Pirate dies, that's when the Fission Metroids actually comes in to place. Like I said, I'm not a fan with Fission Metroids. That's why Power Bounce is really the recommended thing to go against them. Oh, come on. Whatever, you guys. And we have the last energy tank, though. And also despite Fission Metroids being the result of phase 1 mutation, they can still die by touching it. I should check on the chosen artifacts. I know there's one more I need to find, because the last one, because usually the last one to find is basically at the, it's actually where the chosen artifact temple is in the Tallon overworld. I'm trying to see what that one that's missing. Okay, I know that final one is basically going to be at the. Yeah, because I know that final one is basically going to be. It's going to be at the town. Oh, it's going to be that in the artifact temple. yeah, I need to get that infantry drifts. I forgot about that one. That one is in the Chozo Ice Temple. That's what I'm missing. I know there's plasma troopers up here too. Also, one thing, when the beam troopers are actually falling down into the phase zone, they actually die instantly. Like that. The radiation's so strong, can't handle. He's just sliding. He tried it. Oh, we have to climb back up, and we have to go to Magmore Caverns. So we go to the Fandrea Drifts. Cause we do need to go back to the Chozo Ice Temple. I forgot all about that statue part. I think that's the power troopers up there. If I'm correct. Yep. Wait, no, not yet. Yeah, it's power troopers. Give me some health, buddy. Here's a gift, buddy. Also, there's a special gift for you. Well, early Christmas present, even though it's almost Thanksgiving, but here you go. Guess he can't handle it. Oh well. And it's just stuck. And his corpse went all the way down to the face on pit. Hanging and got stuck, and look where it leads. Oh yeah, I forgot about the turret. So now we had to cross over here. Psych. Just walk over. That's it. Flying pirates? Hey puffers. See, you guys puffed it up. Well, we actually going to the other elevator that leads to Pandora Drifts. You gotta safe travel. Ow. Where's that flying pirate? Oh, he's right next to me. I just see on the radar. Oh, don't forget about you, buddy. Mm-mm. Basically here with the chosen artifact, you just have to use the plasma beam to melt the ice. And there's the chosen artifact. So the last one is actually in the artifact temple. Let's head back. I had to do it. It's just a prank, bro. But actually, let's first save just in case. Yeah, we just go to the elevator that leads to the Tallon overworld. Then we get good. We get to the artifact temple. I think I'm trying to see if I already have enough of the power bomb expansions. That's not wondering if it's gonna be a power bomb expansion I need to get. The 3 beetles, okay. And sorry about that, you guys. Just want to check to see with the power bomb suspensions. Okay, so max is 8. Okay. Whew. I was about to say. Now we can go to the artifact temple. It usually be that last chosen artifact in the artifact temple. Pirate data. It said log 10.308.0. Field team reporters are in on an age structure of alien design built on the surface of Tallon 4. Studies shows this structure projects a containment field. This field bars access to a prime source of energy within a deep crater. Science team believes that field is powered by a number of strange chosen artifacts. We have found some of these relics and studies and studies on them have begun, as this field could hinder future energy production operations on Talon 4. We must dismantle it as soon as possible. If this means the destruction of the chosen artifacts, it will be done. The impact crater. Don't cut the music off like that. Well, if I can fix the music. Unless this is at the bottom part when you really hit the artifact. And also Chozo lore. The containment of the great poison. This task has fallen to the Chozo, and we will not flee from our duty, even as we suffer with the land and its creatures. We will pour our will into the 12, the artifacts that, when brought together, form the lock that holds this great evil at bay in the depths of the planet. This lock must stand up to all who might come to assault it, to preserve the power of the seal and to protect it from those who would meddle for their own designs. We will spread the artifacts across the land, hiding them from prying eyes. The lock must never open until the day comes when this disaster can finally be put right. Also more right over here. Throughout our living nightmare, as we battle with this unyielding darkness, we Chozo see a light. This light glows with promise, chasing the shadows cast by the great poison and purifying it, that which has grown toxic. It is strange though. At times it looks into our eyes as if the light conceals into the figure of a woman, burning brightly, and the luminescence descends from space, then retreats back into the infinite blackness from whence it came. When this prophecy comes to pass, when the light recedes, the Chozo's long vengeance and containment will finally come to an end. So usually with the lore with the Chozo, since the great poison, aka the Phazon, it's basically even with the seals, it still fails. But they left out the artifacts and especially the upgrades for the entrusted one being of course Samus, to stop the great poison, especially the worm that was going to be reaching into the impact crater to fulfill Chozo prophecy. And also one thing too, in the artifact temple, it will actually give out, actually you can scan it so it'll actually give out hints where it's actually at for each of the Chozo artifacts, so that you haven't collected. But usually when you collect it, it's already gone. The hint's already gone. And there is the final Chozo artifact. The baby. Hey, Dragon. Ken, how you doing, dude? Welcome to the stream. Actually got back to the stream and 100% on the pickups. Yeah, but we're not in Metroid 2 yet in the chronological timeline. Sadly, that's where the baby Metroid appears. Because I don't know if I did tell you that the Prime games actually take place after the events of Metroid 1/0 mission, but before Metroid 2. Since we got all the chosen artifacts, we can go straight down to the impact crater. But we're gonna be interrupted by a little space dragon friend. Doing nothing when I should be getting ready for bed and work in the morning. How are you? Same here, but I decided to stream. But at least we're almost done with Prime 1 though. Plus I'm doing alright, dude. And of course, it's Meta Ridley. I guess Meta Ridley already knows that the space power is already down. Well, the whole reinforcements are gone in Town 4, so Ridley had to take care of it. Now, if I remember, with the leader of this, how many times to teach this lesson, old man? I don't know. Many times, because they're going to keep regenerate. Well, make sure to scan. Meta Ridley, gently enhanced Ridley meta form, reborn and evolved through pirate technology. Meta Ridley is a fearsome enforcer. Its armor is extremely resilient, save for the chest, which has thinner plates. In the plating, the pirates had fused a number of potent weapons to the creature, including a multi-missile system, a kinetic breathing weapon, a meson bomb launcher, and an ultra-thermal flame strike projector. Meta Ridley is also a formidable melee combatant, making any sort of engagement a risky position. Now with Meta Ridley, it usually can be time consuming. It usually takes a while to beat, but usually with Meta Ridley, it's mostly recommended you use the plasma beam and especially super missiles on him. And then usually in the first phase, Meta Ridley loves to fly around and shoots his missiles anytime he comes across here, and that's what he's doing right now. But you do your best to dodge it as well. Now, one thing is, in the GameCube NTSC version, that you can actually damage Meta Ridley. You actually can drain Meta Ridley's health when you do the boost ball when he lands, and that actually was damaging him. I think 50 or 75% of his health to go straight to the second phase. But sadly, it was not the NTSC GameCube version; it's the Prime Trilogy. So that basically probably has stuff from the PAL version that's patched out. Yeah, you can do the boost ball, but it's only in the NTSC version of the GameCube version. I think it's 1. I don't know, it's 1.0 or 1.1. So usually Meta Ridley's weakness is usually in the chest. Now, if I remember, I think at 1.0, the battle can take a long time. I think. I mean, I heard 1.0 is. I don't know if it say like for the difficulty, unless it is basically just only in 1.0 of the NTSC GameCube version. But I know when you do a hard mode or just hyper mode difficulty in the Prime Trilogy, it takes a while. Like I said, bosses taste punishment in the hard difficulty. So seriously, they keep bringing the main source of her trauma, who killed both her original and adopted family. That's true, because if you read the Metroid Zero Mission manga, they talk about Samus. Usually it has a flashback of Samus when she was a kid. And Ridley killed her parents right in front of her eyes. And well, actually her dad sacrificed himself. But one thing that Ridley came back is eating the dead corpse of her parents. That he came back, according to the Zero Mission manga. What makes sense too with Ridley being part machine and part organic, because we really did, because back in Metroid 1 he was obliterated. Well, Metroid 1 and Zero Mission, he was basically obliterated. And plus, one thing, you cannot shoot Ridley when he's flying all around, sadly, especially if it's come straight at you. You have to wait until he's standing still. You know, so this time Ridley will actually ground pound you, so watch out. Well, actually not. Well, yeah, well, actually, we'll ground pound you in the second phase, but watch out for the shock waves as well. And also, when you're close to Ridley, he will actually use his claws against you. There's a YouTube video. There was a YouTube essay about that, how every encounter with Ridley helped Samus face her trauma, until eventually he became a footnote to her. Oh, I actually haven't seen that video, but that actually sounds interesting. But somehow in Other M that Samus already kept getting that trauma too, but somehow it's weird because Other M take place after Super Metroid. Like literally, the Metroid Other M in chronological timeline take place after Super Metroid. All right, we're on the second phase. Ridley's wings is already broken, so he's basically going to attack us on foot. And here we have to actually try to shoot Ridley's mouth, so he can expose his chest. Now, one thing is too, I heard about that in the NTSC GameCube version, or just the GameCube version as a whole, when Ridley begins to charge or tackle you, he will actually tilt his head with his mouth open. But they changed that in the trilogy version, where he actually changed his head position, like right here. Yeah, I see you trying to Goomba stomp. Okay. You want to be Mario? Okay, be Mario. It's me, Ridley. Plus when you, plus with Ridley before he tackle, you can actually counter him when he has his mouth open. And also watch out for the tail, because the tail's gonna hurt you too. Yeah, that's one thing. When the bosses actually turn yellow, that shows that they're basically not getting damaged, but you're hitting the spot that's actually gonna expose the weak point. Yeah, it's usually when you have Ridley's mouth open, that's when you actually can target it. Yeah, if I remember that Ridley's health will get low. When it gets lower, he actually would become faster. Ow. Trust me, when it comes to plasma beam, it's really a powerhouse. Ridley's almost gone. Takes time and punishment. Ow. Come on, Ridley. Come on, buddy. Quit roaring, buddy. Lock the heck in. Ridley, lock the heck in, buddy. You're not locking in at this point. Even if you try. Ah, so close. For like 2 or 3 more hits, he's gone. And there goes Meta Ridley. Why the silence on the music? Yeah, yeah. When it comes to emulation, it's just trash. And then Chozos, they also restored the old. I was about to restore the altars. I think they do that. In addition to that, going to the impact crater. That we're almost done with the game. One more final boss. So one more boss. I just said one more final boss, but we just in the last area, the impact crater. And there's a save station right here. Now, one thing is too with the impact crater. Like, I know it says the meteor in Metroid Prime 1 and Prime 2, but in Prime 3, it's revealed it's actually known as a Leviathan. It's a thing, you see like some sort of space object that's from planet Phase. That's what we're going to see in Prime 3 as well. And that travel to other planets. Usually we know here in Town 4, in this game, then Prime 2 would be planet Aether. And then in Prime 3, it goes to other planets as well. Well, such as Brio, such as Skytown, Elysia, even the pirate homeworld. But I feel like when it comes with the Leviathan, I feel like we're maybe going inside of the Leviathan. It's basically something like a infant or the child version of what Planet Phase might look like, or somewhat like it. Because it's going to be somewhat similar to when we actually get to Prime 3 when we go into the Leviathans. Let me geek. Which is basically phase-on charged reptiles. It's probably reptiles mutation. And then also right here, red phase-on. And it said limited data on unknown material available. Material is highly radioactive. You will take damage from direct contact. And mutagenic in the qualities at least 86% greater than phase-on. Unshielded bioforms below index level P will suffer fatally within moments. Yeah, so red phase-on is basically the same thing how the blue phase-on is, but I feel like the theory is with red phase-on, it could be a possibility it's basically just phase-on, but probably in the pollution state, or it's already been evolved throughout the years, how it became so, how there's continued to be so much of it. But even like throughout the years when it's still there, probably is in a pollution state. And here we're going to the next area. It's a bunch of fission Metroids. And if I remember this too, they respond by a phase-on bubble. And one thing, fission Metroids will be all around. And if you kill one, there's actually a respawn bubble down there. I don't know, it's in the NTSC GameCube version. I might be wrong, unless they don't respawn, but I know they infinitely respawn though. But first, missiles. Gotta recharge. Oh boy. Hey, Mr. Fission Metroids. Don't mind me, I'm just climbing up. Are you kidding me, bro? Stopping me mid-air. Yeah, usually this part is really annoying because Fission Metroids. Yeah, they will follow you down. Yeah, like I said, they will respawn, so keep on moving. Wait for them to come up. Bye. And here we're gonna meet the creatures is Metroid Prime. Like I said, it's basically the Metroid has been exposed to phase line radiation and especially been down here for a long time. And this is something that's a chosen called the worm. But I feel like the worm could be like the Leviathan thing that's in Prime 3, but I think maybe Metroid Prime may have taken that off and destroyed it. And it says saw Samus, it's like nope. Said Metroid Prime, highly evolved phazon producing life form. The aberration known as Metroid Prime is the source of phazon, making it immensely powerful. A genetic flaw makes it susceptible to certain weapons for brief periods. Only its head is truly vulnerable. Other attacks are a nuisance. Offensively, Metroid Prime has a number of neutral and mechanical weapons at its disposal. These include Ultra Frigid Breath, the multi-missiles, snare beams, and particle wave projectors, its massive strength and barbed or carapace, and making it lethal in melee combat. Recommend maximum firepower when engaging this enemy. So it's a color-coded boss, so basically you just have to change to the right weapon that it is. So right now it's yellow and using the power beam. But be careful because it has armor, so it can basically reflect any kind of attacks. But make sure you time it in the right spot, because sometimes it can be annoying to even get to the right spot, because Metroid Prime loves to move. And also this one during the missiles combo is actually really good too, especially in the hyper mode difficulty. And then, if I remember, when we get to the second part, that's when it actually start moving around. You usually want to be careful with the Wave Buster. Like, you can use it, but somehow with the emulation, it actually causes the game to freeze, and especially boot to the main menu. Cause that happened a couple times for some reason, but I don't know why. Now, if I remember in the second part, when Metroid Prime actually started to get damaged, he actually was charged at you, and there's tunnels down there that you had to hide under. Now it's in the ice pattern, so we see use ice spreader. Because when you actually use charge ice beam multiple times or use the ice spreader, it actually freezes Metroid Prime. Now, if I remember in the remaster version, the Metroid Prime automatically can charge right at you, so it just doesn't have to wait. And also, Metroid Prime will actually shoot out of these projectiles, and you can actually get missiles and health pickups by it. And I'm trying to remember too. I think when you get to the thing third or fourth level in the fight, or fourth session to fight, or that's the third. That's when Metroid Prime begins to go to the plasma color. And also with the beam, and that's Metroid Prime in the waves state, it actually messed up your visor too, like right here. Now if you have the Wave Buster, it actually automatically homes in. Now, if I remember, it actually starts off with the snare beam. So with the snare beam, you basically go to your morph ball and then boost out of it. That's usually the way to get out of it. Also, watch out for the ice that he planted on the ground, because that's actually can freeze you. It even doesn't have to be in the ice state. Yeah, that's strange how a little Metro is able to have so much attacks, especially from a phase line radiation, especially absorbing it. Okay, now it's going to the plasma state, and since like I said, plasma is basically a beast in the game, but getting hit by the plasma laser, oh gosh, that's just gonna drain your health, literally. And you can use flamethrower, but one thing, flamethrower is not really. Oh crap! It freezes the game. Yep. Yeah. Sometimes the missile combos, I hate how it freezes. Come on, dude. That's an F in the chat, buddy. Can we get F in the chat for your boy Kitzel? It hurts. Yeah, I don't know why the Prime Hack actually does that though. That's my question. Trust me, it hurts. Basically, Metroid don't see me. Yep, it see me. Yeah, there's the bubble right there. You caught me. Okay, let's try again. Let's try again. Then now we're on the second section. Plus Metro Prime changing into different attacks actually is random. Yeah, usually with flamethrower, you really don't have to do that for Metro Prime. You could just basically just shoot it. It's already strong enough. See, told you it drains your health like crazy. again with the snare beam. Okay. Yeah, I noticed that Metro Prime has about three long legs, to be honest. And then when we see him in Insane Prime 3, that's when we're gonna see the Happy Metroid. It's gonna be similar appearance to Metroid Prime because of the leg structure and the appearance. But the Metroid Prime is usually not that hard, to be honest. You just have to know the pattern and even know what beam to switch. Oh yeah, I forgot it. Usually in this section right here, that's when Metroid Prime would actually switch multiple times instead of just once, just to trick you. Yeah, that's when Metroid Prime begins to mix it up a bit. Sorry, it's just switch patterns. Sometimes he's going to charge as well. Man, that supervisor, though. Or I wouldn't say advisor, but just an attack. We went to a wave. Now you can use any weapons to destroy the projectiles. It doesn't have to be this exact weapon that you have to match. Just a few more. Just a few more. And there goes the first phase of Metroid Prime right here. But we're not done yet. There's one more phase to go. And because since we already finished the skeleton part, now we're actually going into the essence. Yeah, now one thing in the Metroid Prime essence, that's one thing is that there's no weakness on it. Well, I wouldn't say no weakness, because all weapons are actually invulnerable to it. It's a Metroid Prime, the core essence of Metroid Prime. Scanning indicates that the Phazon energy form of Metroid Prime is invulnerable to all conventional weapons. Only attacks from a Phazon fused arm cannon will damage it. It generates pools of Phazon when it attacks. Use these to fuel your suit's Phazon weapon system. The entry can also spawn Metroids to assist it in battle, rendering itself invisible when it does so. And that's one thing, the whole thing in the battle, that none of your weapons can work, only the Phazon beam itself can work. And also note this too, that Metroid Prime would actually turn invisible, and you have to know which visor is it, because sometimes it'll go to X-ray, sometimes it'll go to thermal, and it also goes back to combat. That's a heads up. Like for example, it's an X-ray, so you have to go into X-ray. Hold down the button and attack Metroid Prime like that. And rinse and repeat. And then later on the battle, start assisting more Metroids. Because it starts out with the normal Metroids, and then it will go to the Hunter Metroids, and then finally the Fission Metroids. And also the Metroids can go down easy by the Phazon beam as well. Yeah, Metroid Prime is trying to get into my face. Yeah, hold down the button and just straight destroy it. Like I said, hyper mode difficulty really takes a while. And the whole thing is jump over shockwaves, just trying to get wait till it summons the Phazon pool and rinse and repeat. And no power bombs, more bombs will not work. And it's kind of weird too. A Metroid mutate into this. And like I said, with Fission Metroids, recommended power bombs. And it's weird how really with Phazon actually can allow you to go to time and space, or just shift into dimensions. Yeah, trust me, the Metroid Prime Essence battle can take a long time, but it's usually not that too hard. Yeah, or you could just basically get the ice beam out just for the Metroids and Hunter Metroids. Right when you change, I just guess X-ray. Hey buddy, why are you always trying to go up close to me? There's no reason. Yeah, when Metroid Prime's health is actually getting really low, it starts spawning in Fission Metroids. Wait, which direction is that? Where the heck is the dude? Alright, there he is. I feel like it was just straight right above me. Wasting all that time. It's almost dead soon. Just a little more. perfect timing. I smell a crash out coming up for Metroid Prime. Both crashing out and we consume. And there goes Metroid Prime. Yeah, and also Metroid Prime begins to just take the phase-on suits. Now, one thing is too, I heard about that in the impact crater was meant to happen in an escape sequence, but that was cut, sadly. The crater collapsed immensely. Evacuate immediately. Samus on her ship. Now, one thing is with if you get enough items, you actually have Samus to see actually remove her helmet, but not her full suit. That's gonna be when it hits Prime 2. Man, think about it. Samus face that's in the original, I would say, but at least in the remaster they actually fix it. Well, we didn't get 100% scanning, but we did got 100% of the item pickups. So that's actually Metroid Prime 1 right here. I'd say Prime 1 has to be my favorite in the trilogy so far. Or I'd say the quadrilogy, because Metroid Prime 4 will be coming out in a few weeks on the Switch 2. But I wish I could get a Switch 2 though. But I'm broke. But that's alright. I'd say final thoughts. Metroid Prime 1 still my favorite of the three. Well, for now. Well, there goes my controller, but the first one is always the best one to go back to. Even when it first came out back in 2002, it's still ahead of its time to this day. Even when it had the remaster, still good with the same reviews, same scores. It was good back then. It's still good in 20 years later. That's crazy. Especially how Retro Studio actually redone the entirety of Prime 1 in the remaster. It looks really beautiful, and I still have love on the original no matter what, how many times I go back. But oh gosh, the remaster looks so beautiful. But one thing in the remaster, I'm not a fan with the thermal visor with the blur itself. I mean, the original was already fine, but the blur just kind of ruins it. It just nauseous. But I just really hope if Retro Studios also do Metroid Prime 4, they should remaster Prime 2 and Prime 3. And I'm just thinking about how the remaster would look like for Prime 2 and 3, to be honest. Like, I can really imagine that. It's just so much. Especially what Retro Studios already did with Prime 1 remaster. I'm waiting for 2 and 3 being remastered someday. I can imagine what the inks actually would look like if they do the Prime 2 remaster. Well, since we're done with Prime 1, we're going to Prime 2 next. Probably one of these streams, something about doing Prime 2 next. But I'm thinking about too, I should also do the 2D Metros as well. Cause I still haven't played them, especially Dread. I've been MIA. But if I remember, there is a 100% ending as well, because there's one thing in the Prime trilogy. There's also a 100% ending that will have a secret ending that leads to the next game. That in the hyper mode difficulty. And it's 100%. Well, just on the items, but not the scanning. We're so close on the scanning though, but that's all right. And next. If the salmon's face on suit ain't bright. Well, that's a weird buzzing noise. Plus, it did a crash. Oh wow. But I say we can stop it right here for the night. Cause it's already getting pretty late too. But I'd say thank you guys for sticking around with the stream, and sorry for the scuff, but that's alright. I really can't complain with the scuff either. But I'll actually add it to the stream, to my streams. This one and also the last one just a couple hours ago together. In the meantime, let's see who we can raid tonight. And we had Camilla. Maria. She's actually streaming Skyrim the first time. We can actually get her a good old raid. Anyway guys, thanks you guys stopping by my stream. I'll probably lose my stream again, maybe tomorrow. But I'm probably have something going on tomorrow, just hanging out with my family. But probably hopefully my stream again tomorrow, but I'm not pretty sure. But anyway guys, I'll see y'all in the next one. I hope you guys have a blessed time zone. I'll see y'all in the next one. God bless you all, and may heaven smile upon you. Peace.